Avert
Hi
your eyes.
guys. Today we are talking about how you can look like a graphic designer even though you're not. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody for right now, but if you have a question as we go, just unmute yourself and ask. We're going to be using two different programs today. The first one is called Canva, so it's like Canvas without the S, and the other one is called Pixabay. Canva is the site that we'll use to design your images, and I'll walk you through that on my screen in just a moment. And then Pixabay is a place that you can go to find free stock images that you could use even for commercial purposes. Now, of course, there's only so many that you could find. They do have quite a bit, and they're growing. I've been using them for years, but there are sometimes times when you can't find exactly what you're looking for, and then you might need to look into something like Shutterstock and pay for an image if it makes sense, depending on what you're working on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here, and then we will go to canva.com. When you first come to canva.com, it's going to ask you to sign in or sign up. Now, I'm already signed into my account, so we skipped that step. But once you're in your account, let me make this, there you go. Once you're in your account, I'm at my dashboard right now, which is my home page. And down on the left-hand side here are just some of the menu options. So the first one obviously is home, and then you have all of your designs. So if you click on that, you'll be able to see all the things you've designed. Now, I don't use Canva very much because I am a graphic designer, so I use the paid programs that cost hundreds of dollars. But this program will allow you to look like you've hired a graphic designer, even if you haven't. Then you have templates that you could use. So there are different options of depending on what you want to do. So actually, let me just get rid of that. So for instance, you could find Facebook posts, right? If you look in the Facebook post, these are templates that you could use for Facebook, and you could just change the text or the image behind it or the colorings, and I'll walk you through how to do some of those things in just a moment. And then down on the left are the photos that you have in Canva. And so they offer a lot of free images, as you can see on the bottom right. This one says free, but they do also offer some that are premium. Now, I don't use Canva very much at all, but I'm pretty sure that their premium images are only like $1 or $2 each. Oh, this one's a $10 download. So they have increased their prices. Before I thought they were all just $1 or $2, but it looks like they've increased it. So yeah, $10 download. Okay, so if there's an image that, like for instance, this one, do you see how there's a grid across it and it has their watermark? That means you'd have to pay to use that image. Do not put this image on your photo if you don't pay for it, because this looks tacky. And you see them all the time where people have a watermark across their picture. That looks tacky. Please, please, please never do that. If you really want to use that picture, pay for it. And if you don't want to have to pay for a picture, then find one that's similar to it that you don't have to pay for. Okay, there are lots of free pictures here and also on Pixabay. We're not going to go much into like the apps and the brand kit and the design school. All of those are more advanced. So if you decide that you want to use Canva, you could kind of mess around with these yourself. Down here where it says Nick Kuchke's team, that is, he's a friend of mine. Some of you guys know him, but he wanted to do a favor for me and design a flyer because he uses Canva a lot and he loves Canva. And so he invited me to his team to be able to see, I don't know why it's not in here. I think it showed up in my designs. I can't remember. Maybe it's in here, shared with you. Yeah, so he wanted to design a flyer for me because he uses Canva a lot. Of course, I was able to give him feedback on this, and I actually posted it on my page at one point, asking my friends for feedback so that he could see some feedback for it. And so that you could share with each other. Like if you want to work with someone, or if you create something for somebody else, then you can you could share it with them. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment too. So for instance, on this one, you might have noticed there was a couple of different options here that you could scroll through. So if I want to make changes to this, I could click on edit. and it's loading. And so these are each its own page. These can be used together or separately. All right, so I'm going to come back one screen. I'm going to click up here on the top left where it says create a design. Right above that, you guys, this is where you could make your profile and stuff. Again, I don't put much time into making a profile for mine because I don't use Canva that much. And by that much, I mean, I mostly only use it to show other people how to look like graphic designers, even when they're not. So let's see. So if I go to create a design, I click on it. Did I click on it? Yeah. And it's asking what kind of design would I like to make. So there's a lot of options here. Okay, so look, you can even make invoices in here. You could write letters in here. So even though this is a design platform, you can even do those things that you probably typically would do in Microsoft Word on here and make it look nice. So for instance, let's just look at the invoices just for fun to see how much nicer they might look than just a Microsoft Word one. Dwight, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
You're answering my question now, sorry.
Okay, so for instance, if you click on one of these, it shows you what it looks like here. And let me just make this a little bit bigger. There you go. Now, I can click on any one of these, and at each one I click on, it's going to show me right over here what it looks like. And once I find the one that I'm like, yeah, that's the one I definitely want to use, then what I can do is I can click in here, and I can change things as I see fit. And so see how that doesn't fit in there? So I could actually stretch this. Oops, I could stretch this. And then I could say, well, let me change the size. So up here is your editing stuff. This changes what the font looks like, right? So I can choose, let's go with this one, change it up a bit. I could change the size. So clearly it needs to be a little bit smaller at least so that it all fits on one line, if that's how I wanted it. I could change the color of the font. I can change I can make it bold, italic, or underlined. I can change the alignment to left or center, justified or right, any of those, right? You just click on it and it changes it. Now this will just automatically take it from all caps to not all caps. And then you can make it a bullet. You can change the spacing, bullets or numbers. You move this out of the way. Over here on the right, you have the option to duplicate that layer, and then you can just drag and drop things. You can reposition things. So if I want to send that layer to like, let's say more centered to the board, right? I centered it to the board. If I want to make it more on the bottom, if I want to send it back behind this text or forward in front of it, this one, what is the painting thing? Not really sure what the painting thing is. Let me see. Well, let me hit undo a couple times. So up here in the top left, there's the undo button. If you make a mistake, you just undo it. Copy style. Okay, that's just the copy style. And then transparency. So if you have like, let's take this layer back here. The picture. This is the picture that I'm clicked on. If I want to make the transparency less so that my words stand out more, then I can do it like that. And then I might want to change the words to be black, and maybe they'll stand out more that way, right? And then here, there's this box. Let's say I don't want this box in here at all. I just click on delete and it takes it away. Right? And so you could move things around, you could delete things. Now I could even change this image. So if I want this to be a different image, I can go over here to the left where it says photos, and I can find an image in here. So just for fun, I'm going to choose a free one, whether it makes sense for my brand or not, because again, I won't be using this because I use Photoshop. I see how it was down here. If I just hover it over this image, see how it's kind of like hovered over, and I let go, it will resize it to the same size as that image was. Okay, and you could also drag it from over here, I believe. Let's take this one. Oh, see, there you go. And so those are a couple of options that you could do. Now, if you click on elements here, this is where you can add things in that are like shapes and things like that. So for instance, I could put like a border-ish kind of thing. It's called a grid, but it's more, I guess it's kind of like a border. And then you have shapes you could put on there. I know this is looking very crazy right now, but you could put stickers on there. So remember when we did the TikTok and Snapchat and stuff like that, you have these cute little stickers. Now, in order for the stickers to do what they're doing, when like moving, when you save it up here in the top, when you go to download, you need to download it in a video style or this option. Now, I don't know the animated clip. I don't know if, because these are both in beta, so I don't know how they'll work with like if you post it on social media, but otherwise you want to make, depending on where you're putting this, if it's an invoice or flyer, you probably want to download it as a PDF. But if it is something like that you want to post on social media, like just an image, probably JPEG or PNG. Now, what's different about the PNGs is that on this particular program, they make their PNGs the high quality images. And then those ones also can be transparent. So for instance, if I take the background out of, if I just take all of this out, where's that at? Delete. Oh, I had a whole bunch of those. So if I take all these backgrounds out, it would be transparent. So whatever color I put this on, like if I shared this on a purple background, for instance, this white space around here would all be gone, being that it's a PNG, if it were transparent. Okay. You can add charts in here. So if you're making something for like a client, for instance, you can make charts. You could change the numbers here. See, just different things like that. Let me go ahead and start with a fresh one now because I've already made this one look crazy. Does anyone have questions right now?
Yeah, you said this is a PNG. What is a PNG?
It's just a file type. So PNG and JPEGs are the two main types of files that you'll find for images. So it just means it's an image, but it could be a transparent image. Okay, so if I'm on here again, I just came back to my home page. I could scroll down. I could look at different options here. Let's see. I can go to a flyer, a business card, an infographic. If you guys, these are some of the things you could be making in here. A resume, brochure, invitations, right? If anyone has anything big coming up, you could design your book cover here, certificates, menus. I mean, there's so much in here. But what
do you need a special printer to make business cards?
No, you actually can buy stuff from like any of the like Walmart or Staples or anything like that, that you could buy business cards. Now, I don't recommend that option because you can tell that it's cheap even if you buy like a higher quality paper. But no, you don't technically need a special printer to do that. You just need a special type of paper, which is business card paper.
And I've got some of that in my storage unit. That's why I asked. And I don't really need like fancy business cards because most of the people that ask me for a business card already want what I'm offering and they just want to be able to contact me later. So, you know, I don't really see the point in like spending a lot of money on getting a fancy business card when people just want me to build a deck, you know, or replace their door.
You technically don't need to spend a lot of money to have a high quality business card. They don't have, especially nowadays, they're not very expensive. And so whenever you decide what your brand is, if your brand, however it matches your brand is what's going to be important. So for instance, I've had somebody who in the past, like their brand was like a very high quality brand. Like they sold very high quality things and they dressed very high quality and their website looked really high quality. But then their business cards were like confusing because it was like they printed them at home on their own. And so it didn't match their brand, which made them lose credibility. So as long as it matches your brand, like if your whole brand is like, this is just going to be like laid back, then that would make sense. But make sure it matches your brand. Okay. And then, so the one I want you guys to really focus on, because this is the one that's going to be part of your homework assignment, is I want you to do a social media post. And to do that, you're going to, up here in the top, you can start typing the word Facebook. And I want you to choose the one that says Facebook post. Now, those of you who don't have a Facebook cover, you could definitely use this to do that as well. But for right now, I want you to choose Facebook post. And on here, you are going to create a post that gives an announcement of something like an offer that you have. Now, to be real honest with you, you technically could even put offer here and see if there's anything in here that you want. But the reason why I chose Facebook post is because I want you to post this in the group. And most of these are set out to the right side, to the size that is best for the platform you're posting it on. So if you create something as a Facebook post, could you technically use it on Instagram, LinkedIn, any of that? Yes, but it might not look exactly the same depending on the sizes. Most of them are starting to be almost a standard size now, but some of them are not exact. So just keep that in mind that you might need, if you want an Instagram post, you might want to go to the Instagram post option rather than a Facebook one. So for instance, you might say, let's see if we could find one. Oh, here's a good one. So this would be, this is if you wanted to do a testimonial, for instance, if somebody wrote you a testimonial. And as you can see, this image that they're using in their sample is it was a paid one. So for I want to go to photos, and then I want to choose happy. I'll just type something in, and I can, so this is like happy people, happy feelings, whatever. And so I might choose, depending on what your business is, you might choose this one, right? Like whatever your business is, just choose something that matches it. And then up here, and then again, you can make the transparency go down so that it doesn't take up the whole part of the picture. What did it just do? Why is it getting darker as I do that? Oh, well. All right, so if I come here I want to change the color at least to make it stand out more. Let's see, maybe gray. I don't know which one's going to stand out on this. Yeah, it's some of them. It's really hard to make your text stand out, depending on what picture you're using. But so you might say, let's say Debbie George, right? She recently wrote me a testimonial. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I'm just going to make it up as I go because, again, I'm not using this anywhere. So I might say that she said, Fuse is so awesome. Thank you for your training, right? Training on social media or something like that. And then I could put whatever she picked, 4-star, 5-star, whatever. I could put my logo here if I wanted to. I could move this stuff around. If it makes sense, I could actually put this down here, right? And then change Debbie's name, obviously, to a different color. Maybe we do it orange. And then this, we might want to change to, whoops. It's going to change all of them for me. Come on. Looks like I'm going to have to do them one at a time, but let's see. Yeah. So you could change them to different colors, the stars even. You could add another star. There you go. Make that black. Did it put one in there? I can't tell. And so you could do things like that. So you can move things around. You can you can upload your own images. So if you want to put one of your own images in there, you could come down here to the bottom left and choose uploads. And you can upload your own images and videos in here that you can use on these pictures. The fonts, I believe, are similar to Google fonts. I believe that they use a lot of the same ones that Google uses. And it does look like you can upload your own font if you pay for it looks like you need to pay for it for that. Yeah, you need to upgrade, which let's see what the cost of upgrading is. So, I don't really know which one that is, but so it doesn't say how much it costs to upgrade, at least not on that screen. So, which one were we on? This one. And so then the text, of course, you could choose different types of text too. So I can move this text over to here. Where did it go? There it went. Oops. So I can move that there, and I can change the words here. I could change the look. I can change the size, right? So you could do all this stuff, you guys, and make your own types of images. Okay. And then music, you can add music to these things. You would, again, of course, have to make it as a video rather than just a picture so that it can be heard. Let's see if this works. And so this shows that this image has this sound on it. Okay, so I want to delete that sound. I'm not going to put one on there. But if I wanted to copy this to maybe, you could make branded memes and templates for your business. In fact, tomorrow we're going to focus more on that topic. But if I had created something that I really like, and maybe I just want to change this quote and this picture on each one, I could just click up here and click on duplicate the copy page one. Oops, where to go? Copy page, and it will give me, see, here's the first one, here's the second one. So kind of like when Tracy was showing us in Trello, how she does like Monday posts. So this could be all your Monday posts. You could create them and make them have a similar look, but with different text and stuff. You could also delete if it makes sense, or add a new page. Adding a new page is just going to give you a blank page. And then the add notes, I've never actually used this, but let's see how it works. I don't know where the notes show up when you add a note. Okay, hold on, guys, 1 second. My dog is begging to go outside. Give me 1 sec. Okay, buddy.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
All right.
Who?
Thank you. So our backyard backs up to our neighbor's backyard. And so when his friends go outside in the backyard, he has to go outside too. So, and then of course my family has gotten used to me being on the call at this time every day. So they all go to their rooms while I'm on the call. So none of them even hear that he wants to go outside.
Barbara.
Yes.
Who let the dogs out?
Well, it was me.
I know.
Okay, so Tim asked, Rick said, can you upload the invoice theme into QuickBooks? Rick, that's a good question. I would assume that you could upload the image into QuickBooks. I don't know if you probably could upload it as a theme, because I think you can upload your own image into QuickBooks like that. So I would say yes, but you probably have to test it to see. Tim says, can you make a Facebook banner? Yes, that's going to be called I think they call it now a Facebook header. But, and then is the event page cover photo size the same as your business page cover size? No, they're not, actually. That's a good question. So let me so you could say Facebook. So the cover, Facebook cover is what the banner that you're talking about, Tim, that's called a Facebook cover. So yeah, you could make that right here. And then you were saying the other one was Facebook, I think it was business, oh no, event. That one's the business one that we just now posted. So Facebook event cover. So see how it's a different size than the Facebook business page cover. And then these update as the sizes update, because the images for our social media stuff updates probably every year or two. It changes. You guys probably noticed that. Dwight, go ahead.
Thanks. It would have taken me forever to type. Can I take one of my photos from my computer and place it on one of their templates?
Yeah. So let me go back to one of these real fast. Where did all my stuff go? So down here at the bottom left, you want to go to uploads, and then that's where you will upload your own image. So you would choose upload an image or a video. And so if you click on that, it will open the images on your computer. So did you guys see today, Dave was the student spotlight? Dave, did you see that? And so if I uploaded my own image here, let me come back to templates. Dave, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I've seen that, Barbara. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now if I want to go, I'm on templates again. Let me go to Facebook post. And and the reason I'm choosing Facebook post for you guys is that's not a Facebook post. That's not the right size for a post. Hold on, let me go back to home. And then I will choose Facebook post. And because the Facebook post is a nice square look, and you can use this on most of the other platforms. This goes nice on Instagram, it goes nice on LinkedIn and Twitter. This would not fit nice on Pinterest, because Pinterest is more of like a vertical look. So I could, for instance, take my image that I just put it over here. And if I used Canva, and actually this is similar to how I do it in Photoshop, and this is not an exact square, but in Photoshop, I just create a template here, a templated image, and then I just change out the name and the picture each time. So what you guys could technically do, like I could technically have this to where the student spotlight and this banner is always there, and the border, and then all I need to do is change the name and the picture each time. And so I can't do that here because I design mine in Photoshop here, which is what I do. I just change the picture and the name each time. And so let's see, and then the background, you guys, you have the option of having different backgrounds. So if you decide to start like from scratch, for instance, you can choose a background that you want to do. Oh wait, this was from the last thing that I just had. Okay, so let's say that you're working on a different background. You're looking for a background, and then you bring your own image into here, right? Like, and so you could place it like that. Or you could even, like, if you had it smaller like this, I could put a couple of images here if I wanted to. Who has questions now? Nothing? Okay, so here's the other thing. Down at the bottom left, I clicked on more, and you can integrate these other apps into this program. Now, I'm not very familiar with all of them because, of course, like I said, I don't use this one regularly because I use Photoshop. But as you see, remember the emojis that we used, right? So there's a whole bunch of them in here too. And see right here, it says search emojis. I could put, let's do the money one that we did last time. Remember when we searched for emojis, emojicons, look at this one. That's a funny one, right? So maybe we get rid of this one and we keep this one. And then Dave is the student spotlight. Let me bring this one to the front. So see how on the back, it's kind of a little, the corners cut off. So if I right click on it and I could choose bring to front, and then it brings that in front of the rest of the stuff so that it's more visible. All right. Now, let me go to Pixabay. As I'm going to Pixabay, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so I'm on Pixabay.com now. And this is another place that I go to find, yes.
I'm sorry, I was late to getting to my mute button, but can I do, when you're on WordPress, it asks you to set a featured image. Can I make my featured image part of Canva?
Yes, so I don't know if they have that as an actual name, but you want your featured image to be, let's see if they have it. No, they don't see it in there, but you could use the Facebook one because the featured image on WordPress is also a square, just like Facebook is. So actually the Instagram one would probably be better. It's more accurately a square because the Facebook one's not an exact square. It's very close, but it's not exact. Instagram is an exact square.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so here on Pixabay, you could use the images here absolutely free, even if you use them for commercial purposes. Okay, now most places when you get stock images, even if you pay for them, sometimes you can't use them for commercial purposes. But Pixabay allows you to use them for free no matter what. So my computer looks like I'm losing internet. So I'm going to pause for just a moment in case I'm losing you guys. Can you guys still hear me or no?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just my computer acting crazy right now. So on here, while it's loading, because I see it's having a moment. Actually, you know, this is a good time. Let me go let my dog out. Or let him back in. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. All right. So my dog is so spoiled, you know, his friends go in, he wants in. I get up and let him out probably 3 times per hour. That's how I stay in shape. All right. I don't know why this is not loading still. Come on, Pixabay. It might be that everybody is on this internet again. Okay, well, how about we try this? Who can go on Pixabay for me and share their screen? So I'm going to stop sharing, and who wants to volunteer to play around on it? Let's see, Alan, I choose you.
I'm already still playing around in the other one. I'm still
In
working on.
Canva?
Yeah, I'm working on Canva.
All right, Alan, do you know how to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen and go to pixabay.com for me, please.
My internet might not be any better than yours.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's
Let's
happening.
see what we got. Oh, there it comes. Let's shut these down.
All right.
This laptop's not used to getting this much use out of it.
Okay, we can see your screen now.
Okay. You see a frozen Chrome?
Right? Well, I think us using Zoom like this is definitely using up a lot of our computer juices, right? It's like you want to do more than just this video.
When we started this, I had the video editing software going too, which takes every resource my computer has.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely know that. So type there in the say a house, because Alan, you work with real estate stuff. So put house in there.
A little bit of real estate stuff.
And so before you scroll down, go back to the top there, Alan. Do you see that first line, you guys, where it's like there's a gray shaded box behind all those images? Those are sponsored images that are from a third-party site. Don't click on those unless you absolutely love it enough to pay for it. Okay, the ones underneath that are the ones from Pixabay. So Alan, go ahead and just choose any image that looks nice to you. Just click on it when you find it.
Oh, that looks like a haunted house.
All right, so now you'll notice over on the right hand side there it says free download. Click on that button and then it will ask you which size you want. Usually the default size is just fine. Just go ahead and click download again, especially if you're just using this for social media. Click I'm not a robot and then download. Now if you create a free account here, you don't have to click that I'm not a robot every time.
Okay.
And then you notice now that this downloads, but do you see on the screen that you're on now, there's a green donate button. So if there's ever something that you're like, listen, this is worth paying for and you want to, these people are offering this stuff complimentary. They're taking these pictures or drawings or whatever. This is their talents that they're giving away for free to help you guys. And they're not even asking for you to say, see, like right there, crediting isn't required, but linking back is greatly appreciated and allows authors to gain exposure. And so basically what it's saying is you could use this for free without even telling anyone where you got it from if you want to. That's pretty kind of them. So if you really find something you like, it's really nice to donate or to at least follow them or give them some kind of support or credit the image if you feel the need to do so. But yeah, because these people are doing this for absolutely free for you. And then down in the bottom of his screen is where that downloaded at. So you can see down in his little, yeah, right there. Thank you, Alan. So if he clicks on that, he'll be able to see the picture. But if he goes back over to Canva, he can upload that picture now to his Canva to be able to use it there. Does anyone have questions on that? Alan, do me a favor and go back to Pixabay for me, please.
Okay.
And so up it and scroll all the way to the top of your screen and then click on the Pixabay logo. Okay, so now he'll go to the home screen of Pixabay now that he's clicked on that. It looks like it just needs a minute to load again. But Pixabay also offers vectors and videos and music and illusions, all that. So up in the top left there, click on the videos tab there in the top of the screen.
Oh, and music's good.
Yeah, yep, they offer a lot. So right here, go ahead and click house again. Search the word house. And now these are videos, and if you just hover over the video but don't click on it, you'll watch what happens in the video before you have to download it. Do you see that guy on the, I don't know if that was a bicycle or a scooter?
Looked like a moped.
Oh, moped, yeah. And see how like this is like that's a good one that he was just showing an image of the house there. And what about the one with the fire? Is that a house burning?
I would say, no, that's a fire pit, fireplace.
Okay. I was like,
We
oh,
don't use
cool.
fireplaces down here, only fire pits.
Okay. So yeah, it's and as you just hover over these images, you could find one that you like and you could use it in your marketing. So before we jump into, thank you, Alan, you could stop sharing your screen now. Before we jump into what today's homework is, does anybody have any questions on Canva or Pixabay or on how to use them together? I'm not seeing any questions. Let me see if there's any. No, I think I answered all of the ones that were in the chat already. Welcome to the people who have jumped on since we've started. Phyllis, Kathy, Michelle, KJ. We're happy to have you guys here. And I'm about to give you guys your homework now, which of course, my computer is still acting weird, so I'm going to have to say it from memory. It might not be exact, so you guys I've already posted it on Facebook, so it's already was scheduled to go out. I scheduled it to go at 2:22. What was that, Alan?
I said real quick, I'll just say thank you for bringing up this Pixabay because I've not used this before. Obviously, I had a Canva account, but I send out a weekly email. All of my homes are professionally photographed, but some of the stuff in my weekly email, I have to borrow from other sources. So this is a great resource, and the music too for now we're doing virtual tours on virtual showings.
Good.
It's hard to find free stuff like this that you don't have to link back or go through hurdles to be able to use.
For sure. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Alan. And thanks for your participation and sharing your screen today too. So what you guys are going to do now is you need to create your free account on Canva. You don't have to have an account on Pixabay. It just makes it easier if you do because you don't have to click the I'm not a robot every time if you're signed into a free account. And then, so you create your free account, explore in there, find what kind of things that you might want to create. But what I want you to create most importantly today is an offer. I want you to create an offer for our group. You don't have to share with the public if you don't want to, but I want you to share an offer of something that you can offer to this group, something rather your products or services or something. It could be cheap, it could be free, it could be your regular price, it could be discounted, whatever it is. Give us an opportunity to have a piece of you. And create it in an image here. Use the Facebook post one if you can. You don't have to use that one. That's probably just the easiest one to use. And then I want you to post that into the group. If it's an offer that costs money, also make sure you put on your image how they can pay for that offer. Right? So like for instance, when I did my $20 online presence analysis, there was a link on that image that people could go to book that appointment. But I also typed in the address when I shared it so that it was easy to just click on the link. Right? So give us an offer. Don't worry about being salesy. It's not forcing anybody to buy from you. If people choose to want to take advantage of your offer, they have that discretion to do so, but give us an offer, something that you have that you're willing to share. Again, whether it's free, cheap, discounted, regular price, anything. You create it, use your own creativity for that. Any questions on the homework? Okay. Is everybody excited about putting an offer into the group? You should be, guys. Yes, yes.
I don't even know what I'm going to offer yet.
Well, that's good. This will get your brain turning. Get it thinking. So put some thought into it. And again, it doesn't have to be something people pay for. This could be a way to get people on your email list, right? So it could be your irresistible free offer. It could be sign up for my email list at this link, and then you'll get 10 tips for whatever your industry is, right? So it doesn't have to be a paid offer. It could definitely be a free offer. Put some thought into it. You guys can do this. I am so looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with and the images that you create on this. All right, guys, last chance for questions, comments, or concerns.
How do I share the posts I'm making on Facebook?
Perfect question. So up in the top right, I can't share my screen again because it was acting crazy, but on Canva, up in the top right, that download link that I showed you where PNG or JPEG, you just download it as an image and then you post it on Facebook somebody's sharing. Oh, Alan, thank you. Okay, so Alan, if you go to, Dwight, have you ever posted an image on Facebook before?
I don't know if I've done it from my computer, but I have from my phone lots.
Okay, so Alan, can you go to Facebook, please?
Yep.
So after you've downloaded this from Canva, and you go to Facebook and you go to create a post, so up there, what's on your mind, do you see there's a photo option there? So you just click on photo. And where this will be in your computer will be in your downloads folder unless you have made it go somewhere other than that. But by default, it will be in your downloads folder. So go ahead and go, Alan, if you don't mind, click on downloads and see that top one is that house that he just downloaded.
Whoa.
Okay. Now he has his set up the way I have mine set up to where it is by date. Some people's are automatically set up by like alphabetical, so you may have to look for it if yours is not set up by date, but it would be in your downloads folder. All right, any other questions, comments, or concerns?
You could change the time by clicking there on the date modified.
Thank you, Alan. Do you guys see that? If you want to change it to date modified, that's the way I recommend it being anyway, because it's easier to find the things that you've just downloaded. So that's the way I do mine as well. All right, guys. Well, I am super duper excited to see what you guys have to do. I just recently, last night actually, it was late. I know I told you guys yesterday I was going to post it, but I put it in there last night, the offer that I was planning to do for the end of this group. And as you see, if you take advantage of that offer before the group ends on the 27th, before the 30 days is over, then you save even more money than what you're already saving. And just to give you guys an idea of how big of a deal this is, it's $5.99 for 3 months of social media stuff. We charge $3.50 a month for our smallest package of social media right now. So if you bought this monthly outside of COVID, it'd be about $1,100 or $1,200. Right? And so it's already discounted about 50% off. If you get it before the end of the 30 days, you get an extra $100 off. There is a link there. You can sign up. And then I also put the links for my, what are they? Reviews. You guys were asking where to leave reviews. I posted that in the group. I posted Facebook and LinkedIn. You could choose which one you prefer, or if you want to put one on both, that's fine too. But if you guys would be so kind to give me a review, that would be fantastic. And if there's anything I can improve on, please share that with me too. Maybe not in the review, but with me personally. I want my reviews to be the best they can be. But I really hope you guys are getting a lot out of this, and I hope that after this is over, that you guys continue to implement these things. So that's it for me. Does anyone have any last words? All right, then. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Beth.
Bye.